We'll leave that in.
Hello and welcome back to another YouTube video. We are going to be doing a Q&A today, and I did put a question box up on my story a couple of weeks ago, but I've decided to bring Jack along with me as well, because now that we have the time to record it. So I've had a few questions asked.
I don't know what to do with my hands.
To me.
If you know, you know.
And Jack has also had some on his story as well. So that's what we're going to be doing today. And the most asked question was, how did we meet?
How big's his dick? Sorry, ADHD. Sorry, I'm so sorry for that. It's cold. Do it again. What?
Do what again? Okay.
I don't think they actually shared what the question was.
Yeah, so the question was, how did we meet? Now, me and Jack met. I say met.
Can I
Go for it.
No. We have different, obviously, it's like a film, right? We all have different perspectives and different, like, how it happened.
Yeah.
So you explain yours and then I explain mine.
Right, okay, am I going through it all first?
Yeah.
Right, okay. So basically the first time I ever competed was in 2023, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, in 2023. And I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really have much of a clue of what I was doing. It was the first ever deficit that I was in. And I thought, why not do a bodybuilding show, which was the PCA Wales. Now, I was sitting in the crowd with a lovely blanket all over me and a onesie on because I was freezing. And my coach at the time, obviously all the men are on stage, I'm sitting there freezing, ready to get on stage. And my coach was like, oh, he's your type, isn't he? And I remember looking, I was like, no. And then obviously this class goes off. I'm sure he's bodybuilding at the time, and then you come on. You come on, and I'm like, he is. And funny enough, I was actually falling asleep in the crowd until Jack came on. And then I was just like, I'm going to make him mine. And everyone was laughing, but here we are today.
It's so hard work.
Here we are today, and obviously after the show, I remember I won my class, and then I seen Jack pumping up backstage, ready to go on again. And obviously he's in the zone, he hasn't got a clue what's going on really, but I can just see this man in a lovely tan, pretty face, mullet. I'm just like, oh my god. And I still think that to this day. But obviously I followed his journey, found him on Instagram, and just started messaging him. Obviously I was following his whole season, congratulated him for every single show that there was. And I think we messaged each other every single day, up until, well, it was literally for 6 months. And then I asked him on a date.
Yeah.
And he said yes, and then that's the story. And then we just carried on meeting up, and here we are now.
2 years later.
2 years later.
I just love the fact you leave another 6 months then. In my defence, the 6 months, the first show we done, so obviously that was my second show of the season. That was your first and only show of the season.
Yeah.
But that was August. Wasn't that August 31st or something?
That was the bank holiday, August.
Yeah, it was like literally the end of August. And my season didn't end until the end of November.
Yeah.
So I done the whole of September, October and November. So I carried on for another 3 months. Obviously, this is kind of just covering her story as well. As my season went on, I was just doing more shows and bigger shows, and more eyes were on me and more, and I was getting more messages more frequently. So...
Mr. Worldwide.
I was Mr. Worldwide, but obviously, it wasn't exactly loads and loads of females messaging me consistently. Like,
well, no, I know. I put the graft in.
She put the graft in. But at the time, I just thought people were being really nice, and you couldn't really tell you were flirting with me at all, really. And now and again, maybe you drop something, but I wouldn't pick it up.
No, I wasn't being like a creep. No, I was just being a genuinely nice person.
Yeah. So at the same time, you think, okay, am I, doing a natural prep, you've been prepping for 7 months, shit don't work, So I was like, maybe she's just being nice.
Really nice girl.
Really nice, but obviously I think when the season ended, you kept messaging me, I was like, I think she actually might like me. and then you find, and I did say to her, this was actually not long ago, I was like, I would have asked you out, I was going to ask you out, but full transparency at the time, I was going through a bit of insecurities of body image, which I never talked about because I never needed to, really.
No.
But yeah, when you go from being like she said, tall, well, I didn't go, that's not.
You didn't shrink.
Didn't shrink. But when you go from being tanned, skinny faced and all chiseled, and you know, I will admit when I'm a bit leaner, I'm more handsome. Yeah, turns on when I know. But the thing is, when someone's messaging you saying, you know, when someone thinks, oh, you know, I saw this guy on stage, he looked a certain way, he was tanned, he's chiseled, gorgeous, and then 3 months post-show, I'm like 20 kilos heavier, which, yeah, we won't touch on that. I'm like a bit pudgy, I'm like, oh, maybe she, you know, if I meet her now, she might go, ooh. And that's the only time I was like, eh. So yeah, I put it off for a bit, and then she asked me out. And then she met me, and she's like, oh, he's big. And she liked it, so yeah, it worked. But yeah, our stories are pretty similar. I just rambled on about something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically, my point of view, right, is I went to this show. It was a PCA show. We were both obviously natural at the time. We both competed naturally in an untested show. I was already pooping my pants because I decided to do the show like last second. I couldn't find my way around the venue. Walked up the wrong.
I forgot about that.
Walked up the wrong part of the venue.
I forgot about that.
I was like, am I in the right plot?
No, that was literally like the first
time
I
you
was
saw me.
queuing to get my tan done. We were in this tiny corridor that stunk of fart, right? And everyone's just sitting on like each side of the corridor, and there's no room for anyone to walk through. So I'm sitting there, stinking of pub. I'm not stinking of pub, the room is. And then the door's open from the other side of the corridor. He's walking through, and I'm like,
literally,
like, who is that?
I opened
Where's
the
he
door.
coming from? It was like Jesus.
Yeah. I opened the door, and everyone just turned around and looked at me, and I was like, oh my god! And it was the smallest corridor full of female bodybuilders, and I was walking. I was like, sorry, and yeah, and then she was sat there. Anyway, we went on, done my class. Obviously, I didn't know she was sat in the crowd, couldn't really see anything. And then when I went upstairs to chill out before the overall, you'd been on stage. And I remember you walked past me, and she's like, oh, you don't remember me? I do remember her because she had a nose ring. And if you know me, I got a thing for nose rings. So she had 2 nose rings, and her hair was all done. And I was like, oh, nice. Yeah, and then she did an interview with Adriano.
Oh, I was.
Yeah, but I remember because I was
literally. Were you there?
Yeah, I was literally late. I listened to all of it. I was laying next to it.
I was just. Did you? I was like redo it over again.
Yeah, I was laying down with my feet up, right, like this, and you were probably 5 feet behind me.
I don't believe
and she had this green bikini on. So she's like, oh, you didn't notice it. I did notice. I just had stuff to take care of, you know. Yeah, fast forward, we met up, and here we are.
Here we are.
So that's how we met. More questions?
Yeah, next one.
Oh, is it?
What do you mean?
Well, have you got questions for me?
Well, have you got some?
I've got loads of questions.
Okay, I'll go for this one. These are the ones that the people asked me, but also you can answer as well. One was, what do you find the hardest part about competing? And for me, like, don't get me wrong, all of it's a bit of a challenge, but I think the hardest part is probably on the days where you feel preppy. And what I mean by that is you feel a lot more tired than you do on your typical day-to-day, and some things do feel like a bit of a task, where, you know, even when you're finishing off your steps, and sometimes you feel like you're dragging your feet. But other than that, like, there's nothing I can really pinpoint to say what's hard.
Lack of energy. Literally just lack of energy.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
The hardest part is being aware that you have no energy and you don't want to like go and have a coffee, you don't want to watch a film because you can't watch a film, you don't, even if you put a film on and you actually get engrossed in it, you don't laugh if it's funny. You'll just
might think something's funny.
Something will be hilarious and you know it's funny and you'll just go,
oh, you won't even do
because
that.
you haven't got,
look at it.
because your body will save calories and save energy in any way possible. So any kind of
you haven't got the capacity to laugh.
People don't realise that. Even if you ask them to ride the fidgets on prep, Like if you're like this, then on prep you want to do that because your body will send a signal to your brain to not do that to save energy. People don't realize that. So that's why you don't find things funny. But literally the lack of energy, not wanting to be like around people, or when you're with people and you can feel yourself just go whoa, and you feel bad because then they're talking to you and you can't hold. That's the hardest part. It's not so much the food. It's not the trainings. The training can get hard when you start to lose the love of love for it.
Yeah, it can get harder, and it will get harder.
But not like it's hard to train. It's always hard to train, but when you don't want to go to train because the training is no longer as fun because you're so preppy, that is hard sometimes. Because you're like, even the thing I used to love doing the most, which is train, is hard to do now. That's probably the hardest for me.
Right. How do you stay so positive during a prep? I feel like I feel like when you're on prep, you don't exactly change as a person. You don't just become like a negative ninny just because you've got like less food in you, just because you're a bit more tired. You're still the same person. You've just got a goal now. So it doesn't mean that you're not going to be not positive. Like we just spoke about, you may not have the energy to be, like generating loads of conversation, to be boosting full of energy, laughing your head off, cracking jokes. But you're still the same person. You're still positive. You've still got this mindset to get up and do the things that you've got to do. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I think another way to stay positive is also you realise that obviously you're doing it because you want to do it, and if you've done it more than once, you clearly love it. So it's easy to just be, as stupid as it sounds, it should be pretty positive because you're doing it because you want to do it. So if you didn't want to do something, then it wouldn't be positive. So if you are willing to do, if you're doing the thing you want to do, it should naturally be positive. There's going to be negative days, but all in all, it's a pretty good journey. It's a pretty good positive thing. It's like, especially if you can find positive things in small things instead of the positivity of waking up and seeing a new low. That's cool, but there's also a positive in like waking up and having coffee.
Yeah, of course, and you're
going to the gym.
Day-to-day things.
Going to the gym and seeing a new vein or new striation, or going and seeing a check-in one day and be like, whoa, I look amazing. And the next day you might not get it, but then there's small little positive things all the time. And even like things like clothes fitting better until they don't. Or fitting in colours that you didn't fit in before.
And another thing I will say as well, you will get some days on prep where it is hard, and it can be hard, and sometimes they are a bit more mentally challenging than others. But you will never have the same 2 days. You will never wake up and live that same day and be in that mental headspace again. So I can guarantee if you were to have a bit of a pup day, you're going to wake up tomorrow and have a good day.
And even if it isn't a good day, because it's no longer a pup day,
it'll be a better one.
It feels like a good day.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, it's not hard to stay positive, I think. I think it's hard to stay positive when lots of things start going against you. And things are constantly out of your control, and you get ill, and then maybe you injure yourself, and then maybe your car breaks down, or things pile up.
Yeah, of course. If things start going wrong outside of bodybuilding, outside of
try to be.
Yeah, of course.
Have you got another one?
You can go for one if you want.
Do you ever see yourself becoming a coaching team? I'll let you answer that actually.
Probably not. I'm not gonna lie. Like obviously, I wouldn't be not open to running something with you, but as in a coaching team, I don't feel like I have enough passion in it to put my everything into that, then, if that makes sense. And although I love the idea of being self-employed, the thought of being able to just pick a laptop up and be able to work from anywhere, I don't think that I am capable of doing that, because I can't stop. I can't sit in there in front of. I don't have. it's not the attention span, it's my mind can just go elsewhere, and I'm really fidgety. Yeah, you know what I'm like. It's hard for me.
I think it's doable. I think if it was a coaching team, it'd be like I take care of all competitors and stuff like that, and you do more lifestyle.
Yeah.
And I feel like what it'd have to be is like the lifestyle people, you would have to make sure that you would almost have to see them. So you're doing more than just being on your laptop.
Yeah,
so you're like once a week or twice a week.
Train with them.
You have to see, you all your clients are allowed to, not all of them, you know, you open invitation, anyone that wants to come down on Tuesday, group session.
Yeah.
That would work for you. I don't
that
think
would work for me, yeah.
Like there's days where I'm sat on a laptop for 7 hours, like that would not work for Lara.
No.
But then I feel like there are ways of doing it like that without needing it. Because I don't think someone whose lifestyle needs the attention that a bodybuilder needs.
No, of course not.
So you might not need to sit down for 7 hours. Your admin work, you sat down on a computer, might take an hour and a half.
Yeah.
But it also might be, instead of sending them a 15-minute video or a 15-minute voice note, you jump on a call with them for 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So you're active.
Yeah.
And you move around. So there's ways of doing it, and I wouldn't be against that. I think it would be something to do. And there's many times where I've had people approach me and I'm like, oh, this would be a perfect client for Lara. But at the same time, then, you know, it's putting more stuff on her plate that she's not willing to do.
Yeah.
It's a burden to you, not a help.
Yeah.
So it'll come in time. I think when you do this more, you'll get more experience, more confidence as well, and you'll start to want to do it. And I feel like you'll figure your way out of online coaching people and in person and being more hands-on as opposed to laptop.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
So that's what I would do. How do you keep coaching and relationship separate?
Honestly, it's pretty easy. I feel like Jack has been my coach since I've been with him.
She's had 3 coaches.
And I don't mean, you know, he stood on previous coaches' toes or anything, but he literally is my life coach.
Right.
Like, Jack has changed my life. Jack has a capability of reading people, and I say to him all the time, it's a talent. Stop biting him. It's a talent, and I would love to be able to help people in the way he does. And I don't know how to word it. You're just this type of person. You just have it in you where you want to help people and better people. And there was one time. Well, I should say one time. He can read me better than I can read myself. Put it that way. So I don't think it's hard to keep coaching and relationship separate, because our relationship is a relationship, and then when I check in on the weekend, it's literally just that. It's he'll take my photos for me in the morning, but obviously he would do that previously anyway, because I'd have to send my photos to the previous coach. But this time he's just there to see me in person, and then it's just like a one-to-one in-person check-in. He'll tell me all the changes. Obviously I've got sheets as well, so he'll change my plan for me whenever it's needed. But obviously it is kind of micromanaged down a little bit more, where if one day I wake up and I don't feel the greatest, obviously I can just tell him there and then. It's not like messaging him and be like, yo, I don't feel very good today. These are things he remembers as well. So I just feel like it's pretty easy.
Well, you're just like, not like every other client because they don't live with me, but
no.
It's pretty simple once you've done it a few times as well, and you've had like I coach friends and stuff, and even like it makes it easier. But I know that's one of my traits as a person anyway. Skills is knowing when to be like the friend, the boyfriend, the coach, the whatever. I know when to push her to do things outside in life, and I know when to say don't do that, stuff like that. But I would never force you to do anything.
No.
So it is pretty easy. She checks in on Sunday. Sunday is my day off check-ins, so she's my only Sunday check-in. I look at her in person. We make, if there's adjustments that need to be made, we make them there and then. She has a check-in day like everyone else. She has sheets like everyone else. The only difference is when people send me a message when they check in, I read it all there and then, whereas she just tells me every single day.
Yeah.
And I see her every single day. And it's also pretty easy to, like, you know, I'll drop my clients' messages frequently throughout the week, how things going, how you feeling, just to get a bit of information on them and just to get to know them a bit better. And with Lara, it's like we'll be having the coffee in the morning now and again. And I'll just kind of slip it in there, you know, literally. Like you know, how are you feeling this morning? And it's not like I'm asking my girlfriend. I'm like, it's a coach asking a client, how are you feeling? And she just answers me as a girlfriend. She's like, yeah, I feel good. I said, okay. I'm like, okay, cool. And then next year I'll dig a bit more, you know. So I won't just like sit her down and like interrogate her, but I'll get the information I need as a coach to kind of understand this. Did we see it on my video?
What?
About the knowing that you were tired.
No. Oh, did we say that in your video?
Yeah. But basically, you know, last week we pulled back and I could see that she was tired. I could see that she was flagging a little bit. I could see that she was struggling a little bit harder, like more to wake up. All these little things. I was like, "Are you tired?" She's like, "No." I was like, "Okay." And then we gave it another couple of days. I was training. Do you feel a bit tired today? And she's like, "No." And like 2 days later, she comes and she's like, "I think I feel pretty tired." So we pulled back, and then body weight came down loads. Yeah. So it's easier on my end because I get to literally see everything every single day. So it's not hard at all. Because apart from the check-ins and then my little interrogations in the morning, and me asking how her training goes, because I always ask how her training goes. And then when she gets home from work, I'm like, how's your day been? How are you feeling? They're general questions. And then when it comes down to making changes, I make changes. But other than that, we don't talk about bodybuilding and stuff.
No.
We're not a bodybuilding couple. Like,
no, we're not.
No.
It's our relationship isn't built.
That's not one thing as much as we do the same thing, we don't bond over bodybuilding.
No.
Like, we'll watch some bodybuilding stuff, but now and again, it's like.
We'll go to shows and things, but it's
not. But we're not like,
you won't see us. Yeah, you won't see us talking about bodybuilding as in.
The only time me and Lara have been like, whoa. Actually, there's been a few times, but the last time was with Sarah and the beard. We both like, whoa.
Sarah, if you're watching this, we were like, oh my god, who is she? Where's she come from?
Yeah, who's that? We literally both looked at each other.
She looks class.
We were like, fuck. We've had it a few times. To be fair, Rebecca PCA as well.
Yeah.
Shredded, and we were like, whoa. She's
basically like my bodybuilding mom.
Yeah, my mom. So that's it's not hard. If you could only have one meal for all of prep, what would it be? One meal, five times a day.
One meal 5 times a day. You bet I'm eating my oats 5 times a day.
I was between, I read it and I was like, as in like thinking of you.
Yeah.
I was like, you're either going to say oats or I didn't know if you were going to say crumpets.
Honestly, I have been really enjoying my crumpets, but nothing could ever change anything for oats to me. Like, oats is a non-negotiable.
I think oats does always remain top.
And if I ever say like, oh, crumpets is my favourite meal now, or I don't know, cream of rice is my favourite meal now, that is always after oats.
Yeah.
Like, oats is always up here.
Or if it does top it, it's like for a couple of, like, a day.
Yeah, like, it's while I'm eating a meal.
Yeah. I would say that it's either that or sourdough eggs.
Yeah.
But I would say oats. I think oats. Yeah. Because I don't actually have it now, but if not, the only thing that comes close to that for me is chicken, rice, dates, almond butter. That comes extremely close, but I don't actually have that meal anymore. Yeah, I have chicken, rice, mango and dates, but no almond butter.
Chicken and almond butter is unreal.
Yeah, so I'd say, but if not, oats, every single day. With whey, never with, well, no, I used to have with chicken.
Chicken, almond butter, peak max.
Peak max. Bodybuilding. Would you rather spend 5 years in prison or 10 years in a coma?
5 years in prison, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I'm alive, and it's only 5 years.
I'm alive, I can better myself as a human, I can still train in the jail. If I'm in a coma, I've wasted an extra 5 years and I don't have a clue what's going on. I've literally done nothing productive because I've been out.
Yeah. But it is just like a sleep though. You won't be aware it's 10 years. Like when you were
you're still going to wake up at age 10 years.
No, imagine waking up now and it's... Well, imagine being 2016 and then waking up as 2026. There'd be some big changes there.
I know, but I think I'd rather be in prison.
I'd rather be in prison, yeah. Especially I think if it was 5 years coma, 10 years in prison, that'd be harder. 5 years coma, 20...
Yeah, but think though, if it was the other way around, 10 years in prison, I'm coming out, I'm winning the Olympia.
You're not. I know, but no, I think 10 years in prison would like... No. You're missing on 10 years, but it's 5 years in a coma, which you probably wouldn't really know that you're in a coma for 5 years. And I know the world's changed quite a lot, but imagine you happened and it was COVID.
Yeah.
The world was closed down for 3.5 years,
In prison getting plated up food, and I'm like, oh, what's the macros in this? We'll eat it now.
Shanked. Not fucking plated up food, though. What's your favourite quality about one another? Innocent.
Innocent?
You're extremely innocent, yeah.
Am I?
Yeah. Like, you're not aware sometimes, like, you'll say stuff, not in a nasty way, or anything. You say something and it'll be extremely, like, innocent, you don't mean anything bad about it.
Yeah.
And it's extremely funny. Yeah, like, I got, like, a midget about it. Oh, look at him, he's so cute! And she tapped him, I'm joking. No, but yeah, I would think your innocence, as in, like, you haven't got a bad bone in you, kind of thing. Do you know what I mean? Everything you do, you don't do anything with malintentions. You don't do anything to be like nasty or anything like that. But then you could do something that could come across nasty, but you know that you've never done it to be nasty.
Yeah. But that's because you know me. Like,
yeah. To be fair, yeah.
If someone who does know me, I don't know. Yeah.
I would say yeah. If not, my favourite trait is probably your willingness to just listen. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, you always listen.
Yeah, I do. Sometimes I feel like you give me a bit of a telling off. I'm joking, not even a telling off, but like, I'll sit there and Jack is always right, okay? Jack is always right.
Oh, that sounds like I abuse you.
No, and I mean it like in the best way possible. Like, he could be telling me something and I'm sat there like a naughty child and I'm like, he's right again! He's right, I can't even say anything. And I'm like, not in an argumentative way, but Jack will try and say things to better me as a person, like try and push my business, try and when I'm being like a mental stress head and I'm nearly having a meltdown, I'll just listen because he always has the best advice for me.
And I think that's two underrated ones, I'd say.
Yeah.
If not, the other thing I'd say is favourite trait is super unserious. Yeah, child, absolute child, but in the best way possible. Like, you're not. I've got loads now. I feel like I've named 4, but not serious, not jealous.
Never be jealous.
No. But I think the serious, non-serious one is like, we're serious, but most of the time we're actual just.
But that's the thing. I think not being jealous comes from trust, though.
Oh yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
No, you are, yeah.
I trust, like, not being jealous comes from trust and not being insecure.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say the unseriousness, in the fun, just being fun.
Okay, well that's exactly one of my favourites about you as well. You are really fun. You are really fun.
If you're ever with me, you'll have fun.
You will have fun. And
I might give you a life lesson on the way. You'd be like, fuck, he's right.
Like, he's like super not childish, but you can be like super childish sometimes, but in the best way. Like, and I feel like as soon as he stops being childish, he's gonna be boring. But you never will.
No.
You never ever will.
I do truly believe, and I said this to you before, the day that you stop being childish is the day you grow old.
Yeah. To be fair, you wouldn't be bored anyway, but I didn't mean that.
No, I know. I don't think I'd be boring at all, but if I did lose that child in me, I would be more boring.
Yeah.
Because I'd just be serious, I'd be bored, I'd be working,
straight and
business, and work, train hard, and do this, and yeah.
But yeah, another one by you, I think is just how, like, I don't know how to word it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I don't know how to word it.
My favourite trait of flowers is
what the quality would be.
What is it that I do?
What it's called? Do you know what I mean? I don't know.
What is it that I do? What is it?
Like, it's just the fact that, like, you're humble, you're wholesome, you're so helpful.
Kind.
Yeah, but that word doesn't feel big enough to describe it.
That's what she said. I mean, I think, wholesome. Yeah, I don't know, you said that, didn't you?
You just have so much care for everyone.
Yeah, okay, maybe that would be the word then. Careful. Careful? No. Yeah, I care.
Yeah.
I care too much. Yeah, that's quite a few actually.
Yeah.
If there was one other sport you could excel at apart from bodybuilding, what would it be? I thought about this one, right, and I thought, I'm not going to say like the football because you make loads of money. I'm not going to say like MMA because you make lots of money. I want to choose something that's fun. And I think it would be something like either paddle,
Yeah.
right, or something like, I can't remember what it's called. Is it lacrosse? Something.
How does lacrosse?
Not lacrosse.
I've heard that, but I don't know what that is.
Isn't lacrosse when you play on horses? I don't know.
I don't know.
It would be something like really, like I think it'd be individual.
Really different.
Yeah, it'd be individual. It wouldn't be like chess or something, or darts. You know, what I mean? Like throwing sticks at a ball. Like.
No, I feel like.
Your turn. Oh, go on, mate. Let's just play some golf. Do you want to go?
Shh.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know the ball.
To be fair, I feel.
You're good. Nah.
I feel like it would have to be individual for me as well.
Oh, yeah,
like,
yeah, individual.
as much as I enjoy my dance, I do enjoy dancing, but I also do enjoy. And I know they say bodybuilding is an individual sport, but at the same time, it's not because it's how supportive it is.
Don't sport.
Realistically, it is individual because you're showing up and doing everything that you need to do for yourself to look a certain way. So I want to excel in a sport that is individual because I don't have to worry about anyone else. Or do you know what I mean? It's just not playing as a team. It's just showing up, doing the shit that I need to do.
Well, you know you just rely on you.
Yeah.
So what sport is that?
Probably CrossFit. I feel like right, if I was to go into that now, I wouldn't have a clue what to do, like my form or my lift or anything. But I feel like because that's entering such like a new.
Yeah, that makes it exciting.
Yeah, it makes it exciting. Do you know what I mean? I don't want to do like a clean and a jerk, but show me how to do that, I'll give it a go.
Yeah. I think it's a paddle, isn't it?
Paddle.
It's fast-paced, fun. Or like pickleball.
What?
Pickleball is like paddle, almost.
Pickleball.
It's almost like ping pong. It's almost like a mix between ping pong and paddle. It's like an in between.
To be fair, when I played paddle the other day, it was really fun.
Yeah.
But for me, if I'm playing paddle, it's not like the scoring and the rules that count. It's just the balls come in, just hit it as hard as you can.
If not, have you ever played handball?
Handball.
Yeah. It's literally like a ball with your hands. Really fun.
Is
If
it?
not handball, I'd probably handball, yeah.
Will that be catch then?
You run and you bounce it, but you throw the ball. It's a net. It's like a football net. So you know in basketball you throw it at a net like that. This is you just throw it.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, no,
Handball, really fun. How to maintain a healthy relationship when training/work takes up most of your time? Well, it does. So how do we maintain a healthy relationship?
How do we maintain a healthy relationship?
Well, how would we? How would you know?
How do we do it really?
Yeah, well, like realistically, we spend battery's gonna die. We spend quite a lot of time together in the morning.
Yeah.
But a lot of the time that's just having a coffee and then I get into my work.
That's it. We love our morning routine. Like we enjoy getting up, having a coffee together. We really enjoy coffee.
But the number one thing I say, because this is gonna die just before it does die, is when you do spend time together, just make it your time and make it quality time.
Yeah.
And don't be on your phones, even if you do want to be on your phone and you're doing whatever it is, even if you're editing content, because that's your job. Stay off your phone, give your partner your attention.
Listen.
Make sure they know that they have your attention. Listen to them, ask them questions, whatever they want to talk about, be involved in it, and vice versa. I think that's the number one thing.
And if your partner doesn't love affection as much as the other person does, then they just have to accept it.
Yeah. So if they do want to touch you,
you gotta let them touch you.
You just gotta accept it. It doesn't have to be like this all the time. Be like, okay, now she's allowed to have this because she enjoys this. But later on, she'll let me go. And that's all we need to do.
To be fair, I'm like all day.
Yeah, she has. I don't usually that do.
Because I have to drive.
Yeah. So we'll leave that part there, I guess.
Yeah.
See you soon. Perfect time. We need to eat.
we're back.
Radio, we're back. What was your child? So I didn't know why I'm talking.
And we are finishing the question where we were asked how
to maintain a healthy relationship when training and work takes up most of your time.
Yeah, obviously just make sure that when you do have your time together, like it is actually spent together. You know, we do the things that we both have an interest in. And you know, it may not be every weekend, but I know obviously we've come away this weekend because Perform have invited me down to the Arnold's, but this is something that we...
Whatever, that cut off because of memory issues. Anyway, yeah, we like to do our research with anything we do. Anything we do, we put our time and effort into making sure that we just put time and effort into it.
Yeah.
So if we look for a place to eat, we'll do our research on it, we like to do it, it's just something we like to do. Simple as that. And then when we go there for food, we'll review it as we're eating it. We'll talk to each other about the food. It's not just, we don't talk, we just ram the food down us or on our phones.
Yeah, we actually appreciate the food.
We're talking about the food, what would we do better, how good is it, how bad is it, don't really enjoy that.
It's just that we'd analyse the place,
analyse the environment,
the staff,
yeah,
everything, the whole...
It's just something we do naturally, I think.
Yeah.
So we bond with that, and then we even do it with Airbnbs. Like, we enjoy going to an Airbnb, looking at it, going, this is nice. It's not just, oh, this is a place to sleep. Sometimes, yeah, but most of the time we'll put our, because if we're here, we may as well find somewhere we want to be. So we are very analytical about everything we do. Like, anything we do, we go for coffee, we analyse it. We go for food, we analyse it. We go Airbnb, analyse it. Gyms, analyse it. Especially, yeah, you know more than me, but yeah.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
In a way, yeah. So it is really cool, and sharing a passion with someone is really nice. I don't think it's necessary, and you don't need to.
No.
But it does make things fun. But also, it can overconsume your life if that's all you do. If that's all you are as bodybuilders, and you don't go out with your routine because it will, you know, mess with your routine. If you don't go to eat for food because you don't want to eat off plan, or if you are just go for food, like, oh, you're super critical and you go to one restaurant and have a bad experience and never go back. Like, yeah, we value each other's company, and sometimes taking yourself out of the environment of bodybuilding, getting dressed up, going for food, that occasion is important. And then if you do look forward to the food because you've also done your research on it, it's a double whammy.
Yeah.
And then if after it you want a cookie, guess what? We analyse that as well. She made me cookies the other day, and she's like, what does it taste like? And I'm not just like, oh, it's good.
Yeah,
I'll give her a full breakdown.
It's not like an odd to 10 out of 10. I want to know the details.
Yeah, I want to know exactly what's going on. So yeah, it is really cool. In general, another one for you. If you could make one food 0 calorie, what would it be? Like a sweet treat, or maybe like an ingredient? I'm gonna say, right,
yeah,
we're not allowed to say like pizza, ice cream. You're not like an obvious one, you can't say, because otherwise you'd have pizza throughout your prep, right?
Right, okay.
So it has to be something that maybe, like, yeah, there's calories in it, but don't say the obvious, because otherwise I think it would make it too boring.
Right, okay, so...
Like, we're not...
If I had to say, like...
We're not counting things you don't eat, put it that way, I'd say. I know it says if you could eat one food with 0 cal, then I think most of us would probably do like...
Yeah, something like that, for like a type of biscuit or something.
Yeah, literally biscuit.
Okay, if I could make one thing 0 calorie...
I've got 2 in my mind.
Go on.
Nut butter.
Yeah.
Either any nut butter.
Yeah.
And or dates.
Dates.
Because both of them...
So does it have to be something I eat?
It doesn't have to be, but like I said, dates, I eat dates.
Yeah.
I know if I had more dates in my diet, I would enjoy it.
Okay.
If I had more peanut butter in my diet, or nut butter, or almond butter, it would make my meals nicer. But I could also put it with every meal I have and make it better.
Okay.
Otherwise, I would just say, yeah, burgers, cookies,
right, okay.
cheesecake.
You know what I would say then?
Like, you don't have to have it, but you could say, for example, I don't know, something you could say hummus. So you have hummus.
Okay,
do you know what I mean?
Can I name 3 potential things?
Yeah, go on.
Is that allowed?
Yeah, I can name 2.
Okay. Well, one would be cheese.
I was thinking I would say, right, in my mind, I was like, she's going to say charcuterie board or something.
You know what, I love cheese. And the
Yeah.
only time I would ever have cheese, right, is literally Christmas or something like that. I have cheese
And
board.
you should eat cheese.
I eat cheese and my belly doesn't thank me for it. But I love cheese. Like any cheese, I will eat it. So I think if I
That's a
could
good shout.
add any cheese to any meal, I'd stick it on my own. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you would. I mean,
No, so it'd either be
yeah,
cheese.
Cheese is a good shout.
Um,
Because that's what I think. I think what would enhance my feels.
or the obvious, right? Dark chocolate. Like
Yeah.
you know, imagine having like a 0-calorie dark chocolate or you know, a bit peckish.
Yeah.
Dark chocolate with a cup of coffee, lovely. Or if I had to pick two, maybe just like, you know, dark chocolate not being an obvious one, cheese and banana.
Banana's a good one, yeah.
Like I really, like when I have a rest day, I really miss not
Yeah.
having a banana.
Yeah. I think they're good ones. Cheese and banana, nice and nut, but yeah, so fats and carbs. I
Yeah.
don't think it'd be able to. I don't think it'd be because. Oh, it's the best meal. Maybe, like I said, the only other thing I think is maybe like bread or like crackers or something.
Yeah.
Crunchy.
Crunchy.
If you lost it. If you could be me for one day,
Yeah.
what are 3 things you would do? 3 things.
I could be you.
If you were me for one entire day, 3 things that
Right,
you
okay.
would
And I'm not going to
definitely
state the
do.
obvious, what a male would do if he was a female or what a female would do if she was a male.
Okay, so what?
I wouldn't have a wank.
You would?
I wouldn't have a wank.
Okay.
Because that's an obvious one, do you know what I mean? I want to know what that feels like. But
I would like to
3 things I would do if I was you.
yeah, whatever.
Honestly, I think I'd just go and train.
Yeah, yours.
I'd really like to go and train just because,
Yeah.
just to experience how strong you feel. Because the
Yeah.
other day, I know like you were literally bench pressing me on the bed,
Yeah.
but the way you were moving me, I was like, I know you're strong, but Jesus Christ, I was moving like way too quick. I don't know why I felt like you were going to struggle. Like, but I was like, whoa, you know.
Yeah.
Two other things. I mean, maybe I just go through a round of posing. Surely that's gonna feel class and you look like you.
Yeah, but you are me as well. I mean, you got my brain, you got everything.
Yeah, I
right?
know.
But you're aware that you're also you at the same time. So even if you just thought like me for a whole day, you know what I mean? I have to edit this a bit.
I know. I can't think. I
No?
think.
Training is a good one. I think training is a good one.
3.
Just to know, well, to be fair, a lot of the time, like I'll do my hair and stuff, and I'll get a pump at my shoulders,
Yeah.
and you always say, oh, I'd love to know what that feels like. Not the pump, but like,
No,
you'd love
but
to feel
to be-
that pump
yeah.
all the time.
Yeah, to be fair, like I kind of not experience. I know what you mean when you say you get a dull pump from doing nothing, because I get it as well.
Mm.
But the way you say that you are so pumped, I'm like,
I can't
really, like that
I
pumped?
literally can't move.
Yeah. What about?
Well, what would I do?
Yeah. What would you do if you was me? You were me.
Dance.
Dance.
Yeah.
I don't know best way.
I know. Probably have fun. I'd probably dance. I wouldn't train. I don't want to say this without it won't sounding gay.
What?
I get dressed up.
Get dressed up.
Yeah. A man, what do? We just I put stuff in my hair.
Yeah.
I know that sounds weird, but like
Yeah.
you go through the full hassle of doing it.
Yeah.
So I'd want to know why you do it.
Yeah.
Not like how you feel, but like almost like some girls take hours to get ready. You
Yeah,
do
no, I
your
get that.
hair,
Yeah, I get that.
You do it, and I want to know like when you're done with it, does it make you feel that much better
Yeah.
that it was worth?
Yeah. Obviously,
hours.
yeah, I get what you mean.
Do you know what I
You
mean?
say that, yeah. It doesn't sound gay. It just
Yeah,
sounds
I want to dress up as a girl. Like
it's
that.
like it's like the euphoric feeling.
Yeah, I
isn't
wanna
it?
feel like
yeah.
I'm not gonna say say anything else.
What?
No, I'm not going to say
What are you going to say?
No, you don't.
Tell me.
No.
Tell me.
I think you're curious. You know what I mean? Exactly. Anyway. Whoa! Have you ever struggled with binging? And if you did, how did you overcome it? Right, this is what I'll say. Binging is, in my opinion, what I've learned is a very broad.
People throw the word around very often.
Yeah, like depression.
And I don't, like depression.
Yeah.
And I don't think when people say they binge, they don't really understand what a binge is until you've actually been through the cycle. You can't get out of it.
So, in that sense, no. Overeating, lots of times.
Overeaten many times, weekends in a row.
Yeah, but never. The restrict binge cycle, that is never something that's happened. I think that is something I learned from other people.
Yeah.
That is a thing.
Yeah.
Like the binge restrict, and then restrict. They're on it for 3 to 4 days, binge, but then it can turn into like 3 weeks, then they disappear.
Yeah.
That is almost like
it's
like drugs.
Uncontrollable. Yeah.
And then like some people, I don't.
It's not just the case of like you overeat, you're really full, and then you just don't eat for the next day, and then you do the same the next weekend. I've done that. Yeah. Many times.
No, but I'm not throwing names out there, but I know people, for example, that what I've said to you, like, binge, right? That you've just gone and had a cookie, and then you had another cookie, and then you were really full, and you had another cookie.
Yeah.
And then you've gone, I need to finish the cookies now because I'm not going to eat all week.
Yeah.
And you had another cookie, whereas a binge to them is they almost black out and eat anything and everything in front of them.
Yes, and
like literally eat blocks of butter.
I was just about to say that. About to say that.
No. Like
just because you've had like.
It's not even just reaching for anything and anything.
Yeah.
So no, don't have any like anecdotal evidence on myself or you of like the overeating and the next day restricting yourself a little bit. Yeah, we've done that. Like especially we did this for a small period last year. Which
was the start of the year.
Yeah,
as well.
we were overeating, and then the next day we were like, whoa. And it wasn't like, we restricted ourselves, it's like our stomachs were just cooked.
Yeah, like.
Because we didn't have a lot of capacity, because we just come off the prep.
Yeah, and put it this way, we go to bed so full that we were laying there, like, struggling to breathe. Like,
yeah, but then
in pain.
I think because again, I think that people don't get that with the contest prep, your stomach shrinks, your appetite is. So you eat, and then foods that digest slower sit in your stomach slower, foods take up more stomach volume, and then you are like, no, I can't be full.
Yeah.
So you keep eating.
You want to keep
So you overeat because your stomach can't handle it, but your brain is like, no, you're fine.
Yeah.
And the next day you're like, and then you might delay the first couple of meals until like midday.
Yeah.
But if you are suffering with binging, then I'm not going to give you lots of advice. The only thing I will say is try to identify what is causing the binging. A lot of time eating does come down to emotional eating, and it's something that's been wired in us since a lot of us since children. Like you do well in school, you get rewarded with food.
Yeah.
You eat your food, you get dessert. You go to see your grandparents, it's food. Everything is happiness is related to food.
Yeah, you do your homework, you get a pack of sweets. So
like when you are feeling down, and in your brain is wired to think, I feel unhappy, food makes happiness. Like every time I've had food, it's made me happy, or it's been for a good, happy reason. Your brain will tell you to go eat. And it's not, I don't think it's a bad thing if you know that food makes you happy, but if you're always reaching for food as a way of making you happy, not dealing with what is making you unhappy.
Because realistically it is just temporary.
Yeah, it's a crutch, yeah. And
once the food's gone.
Yeah. And the only thing I think, and I know it's hard to think of, because in the moment, when you're in those moments, you don't think clearly, is always, if you are someone who has a goal, whatever that goal is, because I assume if you are binging and restricting, it's because you feel bad about overeating.
Yeah.
If you were a fat body and you didn't get it, you just keep eating and eating. It wouldn't be a binge, it would just be a normal day.
Yeah.
So if you do a binge or restrict, because you're like, now I need to get close to my goals, just one, do those goals mean enough to you, like actually? Or two, when you are going through those cycles, if you are thinking, oh, I'm going to have pizza and this and that, think, how is this going to impact my goal? Like really, how is this going to impact my goal from a physical standpoint, but then also a mental standpoint? Am I have to wake up tomorrow and know that I have to start all over again? Am I going to want to start over again? Am I going to beat myself up about it? Is it going to set me back tenfold and stuff like that? If you can have that moment of clarity, it can help a lot. And just figure out a good structure, and then also potentially get rid of trigger foods, get rid of trigger environments. If you're someone who binges because you're in the kitchen, you keep on going back in and out of the pantry. Me.
Used to be me.
Yeah. Then just eat your food and remove yourself from the kitchen. If you eat and you want to continue to eat your food, go for a walk. Just cut that off. Even a lot of things people do. Brush your teeth.
Yeah.
It helps. Eat your meal, brush your teeth, and then I brush my teeth and I can't eat anymore. I think I've got one more, and I think that's it. There's been quite a few.
Yeah.
Have you got any more?
What's the one more you've got?
I think I might have answered it. Oh, well, this is a good one. It's directed more at me, but it's good for you to give your insight. The question is, any tips for aspiring coaches? What's it called?
Any tips for inspiring coaches?
For aspiring. Like,
right, okay.
Any tips for new / aspiring coaches? In your opinion, what separates the good from the bad? So, what, in your opinion, because you've had multiple coaches,
yeah,
what separates the good from the bad?
Make sure that you. I'm sorry to look at the question.
No, it's alright.
You make sure that you have a coach that, first of all, that you kind of get along with. And I know that's hard to tell first off, but a lot of coaches these days will offer a one-to-one call to, to discuss your goals and things like that. So that's the best way you can kind of know if you get along with a coach, I guess. But another big one as well, when you have a goal, it doesn't matter what it is, you've got to make sure that your coach can coach you into doing that, if that makes sense. So, if you wanted to go and run a marathon, you're not going to go and pay a coach that's going to prep you into a bodybuilding show. Do you know what I mean? Obviously, prime example, I had a coach. And I was just a lifestyle client because I just wanted to do like a little deficit. But then I also did lead, that did turn into a competition prep. Obviously it was my first season, it was my first ever show. But after that, he just kind of gave me the advice of potentially finding a coach that is better suited to my needs, because he was no longer able to coach me into that.
Yeah, your visions have to align, your goals have to
yeah,
align.
of course.
You don't always have to see eye to eye, but you can't be working with a coach who is not a bodybuilding coach if you want to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to be able to have a coach who sees eye to eye with your vision, sees eye to eye with your goals, respects your goals, understands your goals, and knows how to make your goals more achievable.
Yeah.
And not someone that's just shooting in the dark either. But sometimes you do need someone that shoots in the dark because they're learning just as much as you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Sometimes it's a good.
Yeah, I'd recommend you do your research. Sometimes it's a good idea, just giving someone a shot like you did.
Yeah.
Because it worked out well.
Yeah, but I don't think you should do that.
No.
Because I just got a.
Yeah.
I got a gift, and I am the chosen one.
But yeah, obviously, if you wanted to say, for example, you wanted to go into a bodybuilding prep, and your coach is currently a coach and has been a coach for a few months, I can guarantee they do not have the knowledge to coach you into a prep. I'm an online coach, I take on a handful of clients, but if someone turned around to me and said, look, I want a prep, I'd simply turn them away or refer them to someone else, because I know that I do not have the knowledge to coach someone into a bodybuilding prep. It is not as simple as people think. Not everyone can be a prep coach, put it that way.
Yeah, you need experience, you need a lot of experience, and I think that's something that most people don't have now. Is like they do a show and they become a coach, which is cool. We all start somewhere, but you need lots of laps around the sun to understand bodybuilding and not see it one-dimensional. Like if you've only ever done something one way, then you don't understand that there's multiple ways of doing things. You have your ways of training, you have your ways of dieting, you have your ways of prepping, and that's cool. But that size does not fit all. Now it might work for 10 people, it might not work for another 10. So what happens with those other 10? The only way you learn that is through more experience and more exposure. So you just need a lot more time in the game. Start small. If you are someone who wants to be an aspiring coach, you want to coach bodybuilders, start small, get lots of people to work with you, do it for free. You have to do it for free. Make some changes, experience a little bit, try things. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. Let people know that you're trying things and you want to see the outcome. Try things yourself. Try training different ways. Eat in different ways. Try structuring your nutrition. 3, 4, 5 different ways in terms of like carbs, fats, and proteins. And, higher protein diet, less protein diet, high carbs, loads of fats before bed, whatever the fuck it is. Right? I've tried so many different things. I've trained every way possible. And it's all just allowed me to become a better coach. So you do need experience, you need exposure to different things, and you need to learn to make a lot of mistakes to learn from them and then apply them. And you'll also learn that every single person you coach with might have similarities, but they're all completely different. Yeah. And the best way to stand out as a coach is 2 things. One, always be yourself, that's number one. Don't try to mimic what other people do. Just because a coach is doing well, don't try to copy him. He might just be doing well because it is. Don't just trust that all coaches are great coaches just because they produce good results, because it's bullshit. Some of them just get lucky. But another 3 is, like I said, don't just take everything you see as gospel. If you know what this is. But if John Jewett tells you have to peak a certain way, you don't have to peak that certain way. You could try different things. You don't have to front load, back load. There's no, the beauty of bodybuilding, there is no. Go on.
You say that to my followers, they're probably not going to
have a clue. I know. Yeah, anyway, look, in bodybuilding, the beauty of it is there's 10,000 million ways to skin the cat. And how you do it is completely up to you. And trial and error will allow you to find your way. The way you do things, the way I do things, the way Lara do things are all different. None of them are wrong or right, unless you're, beep. But just give yourself a lot of time, work with a lot of people, males, females, naturals, all of it. Stay away from assistants and then start there. And that's my last question.
Okay. I've got one. Can you give someone advice?
I have to wrap it up soon because this is about to die and you've got 2 minutes of recording left.
Okay. Can you give some advice to someone wanting to start bikini/fit model? I'm going to make this one quick. If you're wanting advice, I would make sure you've kind of lived the lifestyle of a bodybuilder before you actually make a commitment of going into a prep. Just because it's not just the show, it's not just the stepping on stage, it is every single step you make from the moment you start prep, even way before that, because when your off season begins, that's when you're going to make the progress. It's everything, your steps, your consistent eating, it's your training to failure, as hard as you possibly can, learning. It's not, you can't train to failure straight off the bat. It is learned over years. I was going to say something else, I can't remember what though.
You need a lot more muscle than you first think.
Yeah, that's what I was
You
going to say.
need to live the lifestyle a lot longer than you think. If you jump into a prep and all your ducks in a line from day one, that's amazing. But make sure those ducks are aligned for 6 months before. And prep and off season and non-prep and whatever you call it are exactly the same thing.
It's the same.
The only difference is one, you're trying to get leaner, the other, you're trying to get a little bit bigger.
Yeah.
So nothing really changes. So if you can do that every single day consistently without getting bored and wanting changes all the time, then go ahead and do a prep. But like I said, you probably need a lot more muscle than you first anticipated. And if you're doing bikini, you probably need to take more fat off than you first anticipated as well, because there's always more to come off.
Yeah. And when things start to feel comfortable, get that out of your head, because they've got to get uncomfortable as well. Thank you for everyone for watching. If you would like to, if you would like us to do another one of these videos, please just let us know. And
we will do a prep edition in like 3 months time when you're leaner, and we can not come back to these questions because you won't have to, but maybe we can have like a breakdown of your prep so far.
Yeah.
Things you found and
yeah.
what's been good, what's been bad, what you changed so far, X, Y, and Z. And then you can teach your lovely following what it's like to be a bikini athlete.
Yeah.
And little tricks that you've learned along the way.
Carry on following along, because I might prep, or I might not prep.
She's prepping.
Who knows?
She's prepping.
But thank you for watching as always, and make sure you give us a like. Please subscribe, share, do whatever you want with it, but please interact, because it is much appreciated.
Peace.
Ciao.